time for us to get here.
What's a group of rabbit?
I think it's a murder of rabbits.
It's a bunch. A group of bunnies is called a fluffle.
Oh, okay. Very nice. That's
just fitting.
It is. Group of bunnies. And these were not full-grown rabbits, although still very fast. So I'm going to say they were the Fluffle.
So the dogs broke up a Fluffle.
Yeah, they broke up a Fluffle. But no one was injured in the process.
Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
That must be Jeremiah with them. String it on.
That train is off the tracks.
Who doesn't love the bouncy castle?
Hitler. Just prepare to... just prepare to be awash in unbeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You are listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. Today is March 20th, 2022, and this is episode 582. Coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana, I'm your host, Joey Gafrida, the man behind the dials and former season ticket holder. This show, we're going to discuss a disappointing 2-1 week of basketball with the games against Memphis, Houston, and Portland. Joining me this show are all three of our analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from the high school home of Jameson Brewer, Silver Spring, Maryland, it's the doctor, Jason Triplett.
What is up, Pacers fans? What is up, Undebeatables? Good to have the whole gang back together. I'm excited. Belated shout out to my nephew Rowan, who celebrated his first birthday yesterday. So shout out.
From, where are you at? Are you in Asheville still?
I am.
Yes. Asheville, North Carolina. He's our in-house bartender mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles, John Colson.
What is up, Undebeatables? What is up, Pacer Nation? Quick shout out to all the fans that said that I'm the best host in the history of the world last week. I just want to let you know that that's not true. Joey's still the best host. So you were incorrect, fans.
Oh man, I guess I was impressed that they didn't use Twitter, they didn't use email because I would have seen these, and they didn't use Facebook.
There's a lot of people just like coming out of like crowds, coming out of bushes, coming behind doors, patting me on the back. Patting me on the back and being like,
okay,
you were amazing. There was a lot of that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. If people come out of bushes, I won't deal with it.
Might need to check that Klonopin dosage, but.
hey, look! It was my first hosting in 580 episodes, and the fans were excited. I'm not gonna, be mad at them for popping out of bushes and patting me on the back.
Well, you do you, brother.
And everybody is looking forward to episode 1160. Let you do it
when I get to do it again.
And from Boise, Idaho, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
What is going on, fellas? It's March Madness time. Assuming everyone's bracket is busted by now.
Shout out.
Long busted.
I'm actually doing all right. I didn't have Kentucky going very far, so
nice.
Because I'm.
Did you have St. Peter's?
Kentucky people. I did not pick St. Peter's, surprisingly.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, yeah. Thanks to you two, Colson and Harper, for taking the reins last week. You did an admirable job. It was your first time, Colson, doing this, and it took you. It was a little shaky start, but you picked it up. You figured out what's going on, and you sang your way out. So And I think, Harper, you joined in on some of that, too.
I appreciate your grading us on a curve. It's very useful.
We do have a way to support the show if you
outside of coming out of bushes and patting me on the back.
I mean, I think that's a given. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Hey, let's start there. I don't want to.
First thing you could do as a fan of the show. What's the second thing they could do, Joe?
And only for you.
Hide in the bushes, Sean Spicer style, and then jump out and say, "Great job."
So I myself, I don't accept praise that way, but Coulson is apparently game. And if you want to do a different way, a less creepy, less scary way, you can head over to patreon.com/undebeatables, and you can support our show with money for as little as $1 per month, and it won't creep me out quite so much. But yeah, again, over at Patreon, there's a couple different tiers you can support us at. I think we may need to add like a hedges tier. It's no money, but well, as I mentioned at the top of the show, it was a disappointing week of basketball here. We had games. The first one against Memphis. They lose this one. They did a great job this game. They lose this one, 135-102. This was not fun to watch if you're a Pacer fan that wants to see them win this game. So it was great. Malcolm Brogdon looking great with 12 points. He knows what the score is. Buddy Hield 14. But Terry Taylor, he's getting 14 points off the bench, 8 rebounds. Trying a little too hard here, but Lance is back, which is nice. But we got house, which was great. Jaren Jackson Jr. pouring in 19 on us. Desmond Bane with 21, and we took care of business out there. Second game of the week, Friday, March 18th, took on the Houston Rockets, and this one got away in the end. We won this one, 121-118. They fell apart here. They ended up scoring 38 in the fourth quarter. 23 points from Goga was pretty good all game. 23 points, 9 rebounds. Was this the game he was 3 for 3 from the range? I don't know.
He was bombing.
He was on the Houston side. Christian Wood was legit, 32 points, 13 rebounds, but he couldn't get enough done to get the win for their franchise, who's spinning in the toilet bowl as well. And last game of the week, this was this afternoon, Sunday, March 20th, and the Portland Trailblazers bring some semblance of a team to Indiana and lose this one 98-129. Boy, this game was never in question. O'Shea Brissett dropping 24, and Justin Anderson getting the start and 18 points.
So do you think because he's new that he didn't get the memo that we're taking? I mean, I got to say, we'll get into it, but Portland's a dumpster fire. They suck. They're terrible. But Justin Anderson, what the F are you doing, man? Stop playing so hard. We're trying to lose here.
Yeah. I don't know. It's disappointing. So listening to your show last week, you two did this, and you're going through the scenarios about here's the players that there's 5-ish players that are make a huge difference, and we got to get in range of that. And there's some teams that are really good at getting to the bottom of the bracket, and we're just not there. We're just not going to get there. We're going to be in the dead zone, like no man's land. where you get a, ideally, they're all draft picks, but you get a good player, but not like a franchise changer, and what are we going to do with that?
Joey, if we keep doing this, it looks like we're going to get a 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th seed, or an 8 pick. And if we do that, it's not going to be good enough. And this is devastating. This is a devastating week for Colson.
Well, Portland knows this, and
yeah, they're way better at tanking than we are.
They're one of their last 10, including their loss to us, and have a total of 26 wins on the board. After winning our last 2, we have now won 25. So we are in direct competition
with the Blazers, and also the Blazers are way better at losing. And also now we're tied with the Kings, who are also better at losing. This is getting really bad.
Kings.
You're talking about the Sacramento win now Kings, right?
Mm-hmm. This is going very poorly for us, Joe.
Yeah, it is. We can't keep this pace up and get where we need to be.
I have a haiku about that if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd love to hear you sum this week up into a short amount of words.
So here's my haiku life champagne of poems corner. My heart says to win. My head says to lose. So I cry to sleep in shoes.
Okay.
It's a bummer, man.
Yeah. Yeah, just you throw yourself in bed with your shoes on to cry. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah. Is that 575?
It also rhymes. It also rhymes with losing shoes. I've never done that before. It was exciting. I got excited.
All right. Well,
it's still 575, you dick.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I don't know if it was.
I got to check.
I will say that one thing that the Pacers did to, perhaps help out with their losing is shut down T.J. Warren.
Yes.
Admittedly, he's played 0 games for us this season, but now we know he's really not going to play any games for us this season. So, yeah, don't count on him to get you out of your shoes when you go to bed.
That's right. I don't know how to feel about this as a Pacer fan. I mean,
it's not great.
Rumors
honestly.
are, that he probably wasn't going to resign anyway. But I'm, worried about him as a NBA player. The dude hasn't played for 2 whole seasons. There's no way anybody pays him more than a minimum contract.
He's
if
a flyer.
they sign him at all.
He's a flyer.
Yeah. So, I like the guy. I hope he gets a contract somewhere and gets a chance to play basketball again. I know he loves it. So. And as far as the Pacers go, yeah, I did not watch the Houston game, but that was a chef's kiss from the Houston Rockets of how to do this thing. Mm-hmm. Just they play amazing for 3.5 quarters and then just fall apart. Mm-hmm. And they've been doing it. They've been doing it at a high level all year. So the Pacers are still new at this.
Yeah.
So they're still trying to figure out how to do it.
Experience counts in this league.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly
they crafted this thing beautifully down the stretch. What incompetence to lose this game. Congratulations, Houston.
Mm-hmm. Joey, did you see the highlight, the Lance crazy assist that he had to O'Shea Brissett for a dunk in the Portland game today?
No, I didn't get a chance to see the Portland game.
Definitely look it up. So Pacers get a steal and then get on the break. There's an outlet pass. Lance catches it on the wing, maybe say wing 3-pointer area. Catches it, immediately does a behind the back pass, splitting 2 defenders to O'Shea Brissett, who then grabs it and does a reverse dunk to avoid getting blocked. And Justin Anderson lost his mind.
Yes.
He was right. He was trailing the play, and he lost his mind. It was amazing.
Let me go find that right now.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a top 10 ESPN highlight? Probably not with the March Madness going on. And we're 2 terrible teams.
Yeah. So, we talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago. I'm kind of okay with us winning basketball games. I guess I believe in karma. These guys have been stifled all year, not having fun. Like, let them just have fun. Just let the kids have fun. Like, that's how the game should be played.
Absolutely.
They shouldn't go out there with an intention to not play well or lose.
And I
Just
can't
do
argue
good
with
things.
that. But how poorly we played against Memphis without Ja Morant on the floor was
yes.
not very heartening, right?
That was the sad
Yeah.
thing.
I mean,
this
not
week.
they don't have
I mean,
a-
there was a lot of sad things about this week, but
Not that they don't have a solid team, Memphis. They are. They're a top half in the West sort of playoff team. They've got some talent over there. But you'd hope without their best player that we could give them a run for their money. And they took us to the woodshed early and locked the door. And then, Houston, I mean, yeah, Christian Wood is probably the only name you're going to recognize on that. I guess Kevin Porter. But just, Portland sitting Lillard and Nurkic and Ingles. And basically, they're sitting all their starters. So they're serious about their losing.
there's no one on their team. No, they're very clear that they're going to lose, and they're not going to win another game this season. So that means we can't get to 26 wins. Because if we do, they're going to be ahead of us in the lottery. We have to lose out.
Which clearly we're not going to do, right? For the reasons that, Jason has outlined and that our organization seems mostly to believe in. We're not just going to shut down Halliburton and Hield at this point, right? We want him on the floor leading this team. We want him getting experience. We want him growing. And, if we just throw in the towel and say no one's ever allowed to win again, that could have bad consequences.
Oh, I completely agree. But if you will look at Halliburton and Buddy Hield's numbers over the last 3 games, I feel like they both know that we're tanking. Like, look, they're still playing basketball. They're hitting good percentages, and they're actually sharing the basketball. But they're also not shooting that much. Like, I think they're kind of letting other guys, live and die by what they're going to be able to do, and they're encouraging these young guys to be the winners or losers of these games, which is great. If you're on I feel like they've been with Sacramento and know how to tank, which is, I'm not going to take this game over. I'm going to let these young guys try to win it, and over the last couple games we've won it. So
They did.
yeah. But I agree with you. We're not going to sit our 2 best players. We're just going to let them continue to set up these young guys and let them play hard. And that means, I think, we're going to beat the Kings this Wednesday, and then we're going to probably win one more game, which puts us at what? 26, 27 wins, which is going to put us in the 7th spot for the lottery, which is a real big problem because this is a 4 or 5 player draft, and we're not going to get. I mean, now it's a lottery, so there's a chance we get thrown into the top 4, but this is our chance to only have a 1-year tank, and I don't think that I don't think that's going to happen, or the odds of that happening changes as we continue to win, and I'm devastated by this. I am.
Yeah, I mean, so to assuage your devastation, we're gonna be in the lottery. We clinched not making even the play-in game this week. If that makes you feel any better. So,
yeah, and I mean, it's hard to consider it a problem to have like the best draft pick we've ever had. Like it's not a problem.
Well, we've ever
it may
had
not be as good as you want,
since
but it's
what,
not
91 or something. Yeah, no, it's been a long time
exactly.
since we've had a top 7 pick. I agree with you. And so that's a start. I would say that also there is a chance that because the lottery has changed, we could end up in that top 4 because of the way that it's weighted now. Like if we're in the WNBA, I think there's like a 75% chance that you get the first or second pick if you're terrible. Here now, the way they've changed, they weighted it. You got 14% chance if you're the worst team in the league, 14% chance if you're the second, third, and then it's 10, 9, 8, 7 sort of thing. So it's not as easy as it used to be to get the first pick for tanking.
I don't know if the strategy is necessarily to all-out tank, Philadelphia process style to get multiple draft picks. Obviously, it's not that. And I don't fear that next year we're going to be watching this team win 20-some-odd games or something like that. Like, I just think that resetting the roster and the approach to the season, and who knows, there's going to be potentially lots of other moves in the offseason. Like, we have a long way to go to figure out what this team even looks like for next year. So, I mean, I'm not losing a lot of sleep, like worrying about whether or not we end up 5th or 7th in the, odds.
You and I differ
bracket
there.
Or whatever.
Well, the fact that we're not actively tanking right now should assure you that we're not going to openly tank next year either, right?
Right.
That's not going to happen. I mean, that doesn't make us a playoff team next year, but we're not going to go out there and try like Philly to just lose every game night in night. We're not that organization.
I agree. I mean, that's the whole point. We're not that franchise. So this is a once in a 20-year opportunity to get a top 4 pick. I mean, that's my point. We're not a team that's going to tank. We're going to be a team that competes. And so if we don't get that top 4 or 5 pick this year, I feel like it's a missed opportunity, and we're going to continue to be mired in mediocrity for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I mean, sure, one could look at it that way. The other way one could look at it.
You see why I'm losing sleep? I mean, I'm just like, good Lord.
Yeah. But let me try to make an argument against it, because, as deeply as you have read all of the ringers and whatever, all of these draft prospects that say that there's only 4 game changer players in this draft or whatever, like, nobody knows that. It's all prognostication. And you can go back and look at the history of the draft, and it is littered with mistakes and miscalculations of who is going to actually be a future Hall of Famer or even All-Star or a bust or whatever, right? And so what I would recommend that you do, I guess, is sort of trust in... this franchise has a history of being very, for the most part, judicious and good in the draft. We've definitely had some swings and misses, for sure. Before.
Every organization has.
If there's a white guy on the board, we are taking him.
That's right.
But,
see TJ Leaf. And, but, I like our chances, especially, with that Cavs pick, so we get 2 in the top, say 15 or something like that, 15, 16.
Additionally, we don't control the lottery balls, right? Like, we can fixate upon where we land in the draft, but we could be the worst team in the league and not get the number 1 overall pick. I mean, these things happen, right? You can be number 3 and not be in the top 4. You don't control the lottery balls. So you control what you can control, and then the rest is just opportunity, right? So fixating upon where you land is probably not a super good use of your time as an organization. You're much better off using that time to, like Jason's saying, just, evaluate talent.
Scout,
right?
That's all you should be doing.
Right. And try to win and try to, no, I get it. But, what do I have to worry about? Because I don't run anything, so I just have to worry and cry.
You don't have
shoes.
to. There's actually
now,
an option where you don't do that.
Do you cry into the shoes?
But I would
or
like to
while
say
wearing
about
the
the
shoes?
Both.
No,
Wait
so
for
I
next
go to
week's
bed
Haiku.
in my shoes. That's the whole point. It's like, yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. It was a metaphor for being upset to the point where you don't even undress. Joey,
Okay.
come on, leave me alone.
He's not even doing self-care anymore.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. I'm just crying in my bed with my shoes on. Now, I would like to say that the Cavs thing is definitely not something I can
You should
control.
try some slippers,
right?
though.
I am rooting for them to be right above the lottery and get us as high a outside the lottery draft pick as we can control. So I'd love to be 15 or 16 with them, and because that's a high pick.
Yes.
For we can get a top 7 and then a top.
I mean, what does it matter? It's a 4-person
pick
draft.
this
Nothing
year.
else matters. It's fine.
I mean, they're still useful players. I'm just talking about game
I'm
changers.
I'm
range
counterpointing
between
you.
5 and 13, Harper, we're just no talent.
Okay,
is there.
gotcha. And then it builds back up
But for
again?
some reason, nobody wants to draft the talent.
They're not
but
even
it's
going
gonna
to
be
draft players
7
between 5
17
and
to
13. It's
20.
just going to
Sweet spot.
it's going to be like a vacuum. It's just
You know what?
free for
I
all.
feel like we've gotten a little off track here. I thought we were going to spend some time talking about the Memphis game. I want to talk more about that Memphis game.
Oh.
Or we can talk about the dunk, which Jason mentioned, which I looked up, and I've never seen a player more shocked in my life. I think, including like buzzer beaters and like that's excitement, But Justin Anderson, you're right. He lost his mind. He's never seen anything like this. He is completely blown away by what had just happened. This is classic Lance and Brissett with the nice throwdown. Beautiful work.
Lancey pants to the sauce.
There's also a Sykes dunk in this game.
Ooh. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that. I'll have to. I was out of the house at the time, so I need to go.
Was
back and
there a
watch this
baby
one.
race?
That's a good question.
It was a day game.
I watched the halftime or part of the halftime to see if they would. I did not see it though, but I was not in the building, so I.
Boo. Boo.
Yeah, Baby Race Network.
Come on, Pace.
We need to renew our calls for a Baby Race Network, and
That's right. Do you remember? So I feel like we've done a couple of things on this show. We've made a couple stands. One is that we needed to get the Christmas Attic Tigers, a night at the field house, which they did eventually. We made a big stand about getting a Bojan Bogdanovic T-shirt, which I don't think ever happened.
no, but instead of doing
and
it,
then,
they did agree to trade him completely. So. Yeah.
Right, so they wouldn't have to deal with it.
Too much paperwork.
Which is good on them. Yeah. And then, but I think this should be our third thing.
Which thing?
What thing?
What is the thing?
Baby Race Network.
Oh,
the
Baby
Baby
Race
Race
Network. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no. We need baby races should be at every early game, and even if you start at like 5, we need baby races. And I need special baby race passes. I need the whole thing. I think Joey's kid is real close to baby race age, so we need to make sure that one's scheduled.
How's
for
the training
time.
going?
I mean, he can't crawl. He can't roll over.
But we're getting close though.
I mean, sometimes that makes for a great
What do we
race.
got? 3 months.
Yeah.
Now, Jason's kid, Ethan, would just run. I think that's against the rules.
Ethan is ineligible. It's a small window.
I don't know.
To
It seems
participate in the baby
It is really a
races.
small window.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we need to create our stance now. It's time for Joey's kid to
I'm
get
excited.
eligible.
You know what? I like this idea, and I like that this in this new age that the leagues are with the they're in bed with all the gambling companies now. We can have some really good stuff going on here. I mean,
Please don't suggest that they're in bed with the babies.
No.
Because that's
In
just getting weird.
in bed with the gambling companies and the professional leagues they're doing business together. But I mean, think of all the sweet side bets you could get. What are they called? Prop bets. The weirdo baby race stuff. Like how much drool gets put down. Because my kid will just look like a snail went through there.
Yeah, and for some kids that's an advantage. For others, it's a
We could
disadvantage.
just push Waywin down on his own drool.
Yeah. If it was downhill, he would just slide the whole way. But I think we could We could probably make some money on that. I'm sure we could.
Indeed.
What about puppy races? Mm-hmm. Thinking about it.
Yep.
It'd be good. All right. Well, no chances for baby races this week in Pacerland. I think we got a good chance to get back on the tank train and make Colson a little bit happier this week. Wednesday, March 23rd, the Pacers host the Sacramento Kings. That is a game that we are going to win. I hate to break it to you, but Tyrese Halliburton and mostly Tyrese Halliburton, but probably also Buddy Hield, they're going to go bananas in that game. But that's okay, because then we go on the road. We could play at Memphis Thursday, second out of back-to-back. And then Saturday, travel north to Canada to play the Toronto Raptors. That's a Saturday night game. So I'm predicting a 1-2 week here for the Pacers.
My sweep predictions have not been going well, so I'm going to go with a 2-1 this week. See what that does for us.
Interesting.
Try a little reverse psychology on
now,
this guy.
last week my 2-1 prediction went well. We won against the two teams we should win against, and then just showed our belly against Memphis. It was a really rough week as a Pacer fan. We either need to be losing all these games or be more competitive. I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to say we're going to get swept. 0-3. Screw the Kings. Sabonis goes for 30, 17, and 7, and we lose.
Well, I think, luckily you guys left the one that I wanted, which is we're gonna win out this week. Now that we're mathematically eliminated from even the play-in game, we're gonna make a
strong
time for a run.
11th.
We're gonna make a big push to get to I don't know, nowhere basically, but
nearly out of the lottery.
Right.
We
want to get within spitting distance of the lottery, but we don't want to be there.
Right. So there's definitely going to be a Domantas Sabonis tribute video, right? I would assume for his return to the Fieldhouse. Do you think Jeremy Lamb or Justin Holiday get one as well?
Oh, I think they throw it in the same.
It's always just one video.
They just throw a couple highlights.
It's going to be 95 seconds of
so
Sabonis,
does Sabonis
and 3 of Justin.
Yeah, and then you call like the 2 or 3 highlights that Lamb had.
He'll be in the background of their shots for sure.
Right. They'll just make sure it's only the highlights Sabonis had that Lamb was in the background.
It's him waving from the club level after he had surgery on his knee.
I think Holiday will get some love. I think he'll get some solid minutes on his on the tribute video, because that dude was just a consummate professional.
Yeah, and fans, if you're in the house, go out there and cheer. Give a big round of applause for definitely Sabonis. All those guys.
All those
sure,
guys.
but Sabonis will be in the starting lineup. Give it up for him. That guy gave his all for this franchise.
He's a good dude.
They did nothing wrong. They poured their hearts out for us as Pacers. They did more than have a cup of coffee with us, and they'll always be remembered. So,
Jeremy Lamb
also
will be.
No, okay, I forgot he was on the team already. But Justin Holiday, I feel like is in the top 45 of the top 25 of all time.
Top 45.
Yeah,
good for him.
So shout out.
So at that point of the list, it's not even liquid anymore. It's like a gas at that point, right? It's a little more viscous. It's probably plasma there, yeah. You like that, huh?
Yeah, I did. You're a very clever human being, Joey. Thank you.
Well, yeah. So we've got those games next week, and we got to sweep this one. This is what's going to happen. But until Thursday, You can hit us up on all the social medias. We're on Twitter. Colson, also, I loved your outro, and that was like, go look at the links. I don't know.
I don't know where to find your
I know.
thing. Even though you leave it to us, it's there. You have like a whole.
Oh,
I don't know. For a while I thought you had it memorized, but like you actually have like
it's written down.
A link for me to look at.
Yeah,
But
you
I
just
didn't
click
look
the
at
link that I've sent you before, but we can get into this later. But
That's fine. I think
you did fine. No, you did
According
great.
to all the Bush people.
That's right. All the Bush people loved it.
Unless you're coming from the bushes, you can find us on Twitter at Undebeatables or Facebook.com/The Undebeatables. Our website is theundebeatables.com. There's also a contact form there. You can use that to send us a message. And you can send us an email. Shout out at theundebeatables.com. And you can pick up some t-shirts on the website /store.
For the architect, Donnie Walsh, and our once and always Hall of Fame coach, Bobby Sick Leonard. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
It's good stuff.
Needs more
Good
whale.
stuff.
More whale, for sure.
I miss the whale. Jason, can you give us a little bit of whale?
It's a fleeting thing. You don't see whale. Jill lived in Boston her whole life, went whale watching every year. Still hasn't seen a whale.
Oh, wow.
They don't come very often.
Never seen a whale. All right, fair enough. I'm definitely gonna clip it out and make it the outro forever. Because I ran out of ideas like 200 episodes ago.
Yeah, no, that's the fun part of it.
Turn out the light. Like I don't know. Turn out the light. The party's over.
Save it for the pod, buddy.
Like what am I gonna do?
Exactly. Yeah, you're just burning through them. That's 3. Now we're almost to episode 600.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. That's just 3 more episodes we can't do now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, we'll just clip those out and put them in.
Okay.
Put them in post. It'll be
Sure.
fine.
Fix it in post, as we always do.
As you always do.